What's good? It's Purge, and it is finally Friday, so we're going to be talking about our last show of the week. And we're going to be talking about a show that premiered on Thursday. And I know I got the last one out a little late. My bad, it's been a long week. But getting this one out a little earlier, so we're going to be talking about the show Atlanta. And of the shows that I've talked about this week, this one is probably my favorite. But despite that, it's kind of the hardest one to talk about because show's kind of weird. So the show is created by and starring one of my favorite artists, Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino. And as you can tell, the show is set in Detroit. Nah, I'm playing. It's Atlanta. So the show is kind of a satire on the rap world, living in Atlanta. It talks about whiteness. It talks about being black in America. It talks about it talks about a lot of things, but the way that it tells its stories can be seen as kind of strange. Like they choose very particular storytelling strategies. The main technique that the show uses is called Afro-surrealism. And basically what it is, so basically what surrealism is basically a distortion of reality. It's used and meant to like be as far from reality as possible, sometimes just be as outlandish and kind of crazy as possible, but it's always used as a way of showing some of the realness of the world. And basically what Afro-surrealism is basically taking the ideas of surrealism and putting them in the eyes of a black person. It's used to show what it's like to live in this world as a black person. It uses African principles as a way to tell the stories in the eyes of the person telling them. And Afro-surrealness plays a big part in Donald Glover's music as well. Very notably in the music video of This Is America. I'm not an expert on Afro-surrealism, so if I've gotten some of these details wrong, like, feel free to tell me. I definitely want to understand it, and so I can give the proper context to talking about this show. But this is what I understand from Afro-surrealism thus far. When I say that the show is weird, I don't mean that in the sense that like, oh, it's quirky, loud, high energy, like characters bouncing off the walls at every second, that kind of craziness. No, I mean it's more quiet and more symbolic. Like, there's a lot of specific shots and imagery that the show does where like on the surface it's like, this is very strange, it's like, what are they doing here? But there's always a reason for it. Like, they're not just being weird just to be weird. It's like they're trying to do something with the weird things that they do. For example, in one episode they have this artist trying to showing off this invisible car. Like, on his Instagram feed, there's just a bunch of pictures of him in his car, which you cannot see. Like, he's literally has his arm where the window would be, and there's just nothing there. There's no car. You can't see it. It's invisible. And what's even funnier is towards the end of the episode, you can actually see that person driving his invisible car. Like, it actually starts up and drives, and it hits a bunch of people out of the way. Like, that was so funny, but it's so weird. It's like, why did they do that? Like, why was that there? Well, the reason why they did it is because they were trying to say, hey, look, all these expensive, shiny luxury items, like, they don't really mean anything. Like, they're just items. They're just things that you have that don't make you a better person because of it. So when you show off this invisible car, you're literally flexing nothing. Nothing at all. Which is what would happen if whether the car is invisible or not. You're not showing anything off. You're showing off nothing. Yeah, so the show has this weird juxtaposition of realism and surrealism slash Afro surrealism. So the show has this weird, yeah, so the show has this weird like juxtaposition of realism and surrealism slash Afro surrealism, where sometimes the show can be very down to earth and normal, just very, very straight up what it's like to live in Atlanta and to be a rapper, that kind of thing. And then other times it's just like very strange, just goes over the top and ridiculous, but they seem to both accomplish the same goal. Whenever they're being real or surreal slash Afro surreal, they're always like, they always balance each other out. They're always there for the same purpose. So I've talked a lot about the things that surround the show. Now I'm gonna talk about the actual show. So it's about Donald Glover playing Earn Marks, who is a Princeton dropout who manages his cousin's rap career, and his cousin is known as Paperboy. His real name is Alfred. At the same time, he's also trying to be a father to his daughter Lottie, and being there for his girlfriend Vanessa, or Van. And there's also Darius. Don't ask me who he is. He's Darius. Just watch the show. So the show premiered its 4th and final season, not last night, but the week before. Last night was the 3rd episode of the season. And it's the final season, which I'm perfectly fine with. I like the show, but I'd rather Donald Glover just keep doing his music. But there's currently 3 episodes out. New one is airing every Thursday. The first episode, a lot of things happen. Darius is being followed by someone from the convenience store when he's trying to return a crock pot or microwave or something like that. Alfred goes on a scavenger hunt to find out what happened to this dead rapper that he used to idolize. And Earn and Vanessa keep running into each other's exes. Yep, that's very weird. The next one is a lot more down to earth and grounded. It's about Earn going to therapy, so there's a lot of talking in the episode, but it was very interesting. I think that's like the highlight of the show so far, if I'm being honest. I think that's like one of the best things they did. He talks about like what happened with Princeton, a lot of things that he's dealing with. It's like, yeah, it's a very, very great episode. At the same time, we also follow this unnamed, actually I don't know if she's unnamed, I just forgot her name, but this random white woman that we've never seen before, trying to be an author and going through trials of getting her book published or whatever. That's very weird, but what's even weirder is that at the end of the episode, it's shown that Earn is watching her failure on TV. And like, what? So is this real or not? I don't know. It's weird. And so the episode that aired last night is called Born to Die. And basically, remember the yodeling kid? You know, the kid that was yodeling outside Walmart that was going all over social media. Well, basically in this show, he's like an artist. Like he has an actual like music career off of this yodeling thing. It's like that's the kind of thing that this show does. It doesn't just like have the yodeling kid. It's like yeah, this is it. This is the meme. We're showing the meme like most shows would do. No, they do something creative with it and have him just like he's this big music star, not just a me. Just like he has his whole career. Like that's super funny. But yeah, Alfred tries to sign him on as his manager because he learned that rappers can get more attention by signing with white artists, and I definitely believe that that's an unfortunately true statement. And then at the end of the episode, it turns out that he died, and they're at the Grammy ceremony. He's just like, yeah, he's dead. Like, what? Like, how did that even happen? What I think they were trying to do is they're trying to show that, hey, you know, remember how he was like a big meme, like he was going out everywhere, like he was just like just crazy popular and everything. Well, now no one's talking about him. Now he is a dead meme. Like, they're not trying to say that the Yodeling Kid is actually dead. They're trying to say, you know, his 15 minutes of fame are over. Like, no one's really talking about it anymore. That's the kind of thing that happens. Trends come and go. Yeah. And at the same time, Earn is trying to sign the artist D'Angelo, and I'm gonna be honest, I thought that D'Angelo was just an artist that they made up for the show, but no, he's real. I feel kind of fake for not knowing that, but yeah. And basically he goes to this place where he's like stuck there for a few days trying to wait for D'Angelo, and he finally like loses it when he realizes that the only water there is the Dasani brand, and it's like, no, I need to see D'Angelo now. And he's like, eventually he comes to realize, like, wait, we're all D'Angelo. And then when he finally realizes that we're all D'Angelo, he gets to go inside this like safe kind of thing, and he finds I'm assuming D'Angelo's barber, because that's what he was talking about. But he talks to this guy, and he apparently knows about Earn, something like he knows about this dream that he used to have or whatever. And what I think they were trying to do is I don't know. I don't know. I saw this episode twice already. I don't know what the point of that was. Like, that's the thing with the show. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. Like, I'm going to figure out what that means eventually. But right now, I'm just confused. So yeah, that's kind of what Atlanta is, even if it is a lot. I really like the show. Once again, do I recommend it? That's kind of a hard question, because it seems like the kind of show that, like, you know, it appeals to me. I like it. I think it's a very interesting show. It's a very creative and clever show. And once again, Donald Glover is one of my favorite artists. But this type of show can be kind of strange just looking at it. So I don't know if everyone can get the same kind of like enjoyment that I do. But if you're looking to be challenged, looking to see, hey, what are they going to do? What are they trying to do? What are they trying to say? I'd say definitely check it out. I think it puts a lot of things in perspective. And I can't wait to see what else they do with the show and how they decide to end it. So yeah, that wraps up this week in TV. I'll catch y'all.